You're taking mock test after mock test and doing really well, passing them on a regular basis, getting results like this. 49 out of 50, you're 47s, 48s. You feel confident that you can go and book a real test. So you book it, you turn up on the day, confident, a little bit nervy, which is natural. And then you get the result at the end of it. And it's a result like this. And you wonder what happened, what went wrong. In this video, I'm going to explain why doing mock test after mock test is not the best way to go. Before we go any further, let me show you a stat, which was shocking to me when I've done the research for this video. The pass rate is under 50%. 1 in 2 people are failing the theory test. I thought it was about 65, 70% pass rate, but it's actually 50% give or take. It takes about 3 attempts to pass the theory test. Do your maths at £23 a time, 3 attempts. That's £69. I won't say it's wasted, but £69, some of that you could have been spending on the driving lessons or your driving test. So stop doing mock test after mock test. That's not the best way to go. Now let me explain why. The apps, the paid version, has about 700 and something questions. The real test, they've got a database of 1,000 plus. And I will say the apps are sampled questions. You're still thinking it's the real question. They're sample question. So they're going to be worded slightly different on the day of the test. There's going to be some questions that you've never seen before. So you want to give yourself the best possible chance of passing. So you need to expose yourself to every single question in the app. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So here you have it. Total questions is 774 in this app, which is the Driving Test Success app. Now, let's just say for argument's sake, on this example, you're doing 50 questions, you've done 10 mock tests. The app isn't designed to give you 50 different questions each time. It gives you some questions from the previous mock test that you did. But for argument's sake, let's say it gives you 50 questions each time you do 10 mock tests. 10 times 50 is 500 questions. You've just been exposed to 500 questions. That means there's 270 odd questions that you have not seen. So when you go for the real test, you have less chance of passing. That's the reason why you got the score that I showed you earlier on. You need to expose yourself to every single question. So the way to study is this way. Do category by category and in the order the app gives it to you, because it's done in a logical order. So for example, you start with alertness, attitude, documents, and you keep going on and on until you get to the end. The theory test is made up of 50 questions from all 14 categories. So you may get 5 questions from vehicle handling, 3 questions from motorway rules. Rules of the road, you may get 4. You just don't know what combination you're going to get. But if you study every single category, answer every single question before you move on to the next category, you give yourself the best possible chance of passing. And then you can now go doing mock test after mock test. That is the best way to study each individual category one at a time. It takes a little bit more time to get to your goal, but think about if you do it this way, you have the best possible chance passing first time rather than taking 3 attempts. I always say it's about understanding the questions, understanding the answers. So no matter how they word it, you are still giving yourself the best possible chance of passing. For example, did you know the speed limit for a heavy goods vehicle on a motorway is X? Did you know the speed limit for a heavy goods vehicle on a dual carriageway is still X? It's still 60 miles an hour. Let me just repeat that. The speed limit for a heavy goods vehicle on a motorway is 60 miles an hour. The speed limit for a heavy goods vehicle on a dual carriageway is 60 miles an hour. It's the same question, just worded differently. Now, if you knew that, kudos to you. But if you didn't, that's what I'm talking about. Also, did you know the wording in the questions changes the context of the answer? So for example, should changes the context. If you read the questions, if you don't believe me, go to the apps, read the questions. You get this one the most. What should you check? It changes the context. Then you have when may changes the context of the question. It changes the context of the answer. And the last one, and must. How must you treat a pelican crossing in this case? Again, should, may, must changes the context of the question and changes the context of the answer. I bet you didn't know that. And that's why I say expose yourself to all 774 questions in the app before you go booking a theory test. Hopefully this video gave you a little insight of how to study. I've actually got a course coming out real soon, and online training, which I'm going to be doing once a month via Zoom call. If you are interested, jump onto my website, which is www.drivingtheoryuk.com, and register your interest. So when that course is released, you get to be notified. YouTube will show you a playlist here. I'm going to show you a video here. Go off and watch which one's relevant to you, and I shall catch you in the next video.